We're going to try to lump the acting workshop part of our actors behaving badly. Um,
Actors behaving badly. I've done a couple of those.
in the first segment, let's really have some fun with this Timothy Busfield, which is not really a laughy matter,
Fun.
but I want to take a
Maybe
stance on this though.
maybe fun with the Kiefer Sutherland one, which I and when you ask me, have you worked with him? I can actually say I have worked with him.
Perfect. So he's kind of half in the bag most of the times. That's a New York NYPD Blues talk for he's drunk.
Mm.
And the Starbucks cup with the
pig on it.
yeah
John
John
uh,
Pork
John Pork, which I looked him up.
goes to Porky Pig. And let's definitely talk about that because that's way overborn. It's like, wow, are you really that upset about this? It wasn't even a bad drawing. It looked pretty good, so it shouldn't be hard to find the person who
There's a
did it.
rating on the drawing. I was trying to see what it said, but I couldn't. I
It
couldn't
was just a
read it.
pig.
No,
It
it
was,
has some writing on it.
yeah, some writing on there too. I couldn't see what the writing was, but the drawing looked pretty damn good. So can't
My
be that
favorite
hard.
part is that it was supposed to be in house to help with morale. I'm like, why?
And maybe so. All right. And that's two, that's three. And then you wanted to mention the the laborers that got busted in Glendora.
Well, they didn't get busted. They got
They didn't
away.
get busted. They got away.
But Ice climbed the ladder.
Yeah, they
Onto
went
the
after
roof.
them pretty. I don't think they get paid enough for that personally. I mean, these guys,
They're going the extra mile.
yeah, they go further than LAPD. It's like, listen, are you getting paid that much, or is your hate that bad?
Oh
Because
no,
I wouldn't be chasing
Jesus.
nobody to no ladder or break my neck over this.
No.
Okay, so that should cover it. And let's start off with the actors behaving badly.
Is there anything good? Like, what's today's the what? What is today?
Today is the or this weekend. It's going to be the yeah, it's funny you mentioned that. Hello, people tuning in live.
Hello. We're here. We're live. We're bringing you our energy,
We are
some fun stories, some not
fun
so fun
stories.
stories.
Today is the
Some
day. I haven't looked these up
recalls.
in a while.
They're recalling Parmesan Pecorino Romano cheese.
Oh, thank goodness.
Well,
I
it
heard of
has
it.
listeria in it, like
Oh yeah, everything
potentially
has
deadly.
listeria now. Yeah. It's a good story. Where the type of day? Where's my day thing?
Where's
To
your
know
day
that.
thing? Where's your day thing?
Hey, I used to find that no problem. Oh no, that's not it. Oh, here it is. National Day stuff. Okay. Monday is Dr. Martin Luther King Day, but it's National Popcorn Day.
I love popcorn.
So we can talk about. I do too. Let's make it National Popcorn Weekend. So January
Mm.
19th is National Popcorn Day. On Dr. King Day. How this is outrageous. How dare you?
Outrageous.
We'll talk about popcorn and at the movie. I have some questions about popcorn for you about movie premieres. You've been to movie premieres and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I want to know
Mm-hmm.
about how integral is popcorn because everybody's always dressed so well. I'm gonna save it.
Save it. Save it for the camera.
Yeah, save it for my close-up, Mr. DeMille. Okay. All right. Is your husband's probably soaking because he didn't get Kyle Tucker. All right. He put some.
If you want to come over and watch the football game tomorrow, we got your tequila.
Oh yeah. What time's the game?
3?
Who's playing? Well, my team's the 49ers, so they play Sunday.
I mean Sunday. I don't mean Saturday. I mean
Oh, okay.
Sunday.
Let me look into my schedule.
Look into your schedule, because I know you're a busy fella.
Especially on Sundays. Okay. I'm going to I'm going to start this.
We're gonna start the show, folks. This is just a warm up.
Don't start nothing, won't be nothing.
He's the amazing Dr. Gray. He's Mr. Organized. He can organize your life too. And if rash develops, discontinue use.
This is the world famous Strictly Business Show. With me, Dr. J, the sexiest business and pop culture show in the world, bringing you all the news, business, pop culture stuff you can stomach. With my beautiful co-host, she's Patricia Ray May, actress, all-around cool chick.
I'm a
Hi,
Renaissance
Patricia Ray.
woman.
Renaissance woman, yes. You do a lot. How does it feel to do a lot? Wake up every morning and just be busy all the time.
I'm painting, I'm writing poetry, I work out, I'm rehabilitating my ankle that I rolled. I'm looking for new business ventures. I'm taking care of my dogs. It's a
Wow.
lot.
It's a lot going on. And, last time we were together, we were talking about New Year, slowing things down. I want to report that I have been really slowing things down.
Okay.
I have a big whiteboard that my son writes all the events of the month on by the day. And because we're visual learners and in my house. So I've been putting little tasks and I've been this was a long week. You know how people say, well, this is a long week, like it's bad. This was a long week, not because it was bad. It was because I did a lot. I got a lot of things checked off, just the smallest things like get batteries for the new batteries for the garage opener. Stuff that just needs at you, like, I know I had to get that done, but it's not big of a deal. I'd rather take a nap than do it. Little stuff like that. And I've been getting things done all week, and the day has gone by slower. The week has been fulfilled for me, and this is just the third week. I'm a completely changed person.
I
Too
think
much, too soon?
no, I like it. I like it. I think you're a completely changed person. I don't. We're in the middle of January, but it could happen.
Changed my entire outlook on life. So I just want to report that the week, my goal is to make the week go by slow. Now,
I
this
think
week,
that when we are ready to change, we've already been thinking about it and like kind of incubating on it. So maybe your change was already coming. And so it feels like it just happened all of the sudden, but it's been brewing for a while.
well, my specialty in academics is organizational behavior. That's what Dr. J has done. I'm an organizational behavior consultant. We talk about organizational change, and change starts from the inside out. Change is not a checklist. Change
No.
isn't even motivation. Change is intrinsic. It starts inside. It's like losing weight. When you lose weight, it doesn't start from the outside. It starts from the inside. You go to the gym, you work out, you change your eating habits, and you say, oh, I'm not losing a pound. I look the same. And it's like, no, yeah, you may, because fat burning starts in the inside first before you see the outside.
That's right. That's why on
So
the inside,
that's
I'm
what you
very,
have to
very
do.
skinny.
So, yeah. I'm getting there. So we want to be thin. I'd say skinny fat. You don't want to be whatever you would call. I forget I even said that. Patricia Ray, you're an actress, and this weekend is National Popcorn. This Monday is not only Dr. Martin Luther King Day, it's National Popcorn Day, which makes it National Popcorn Weekend. Do you like popcorn?
Love popcorn. I think that popcorn, even though corn is super inflammatory, especially for the joints and the intestines, but if you're looking for a low calorie snack and you don't put a whole lot of butter on it, it can really fill you up and be super satisfying. And it's just such an integral part of watching a movie, going to the movies, getting the popcorn. It's part of the whole ritual. It makes it like a whole experience. So I really enjoy popcorn.
Well, you said don't use any butter, so thank God, because that stuff you pour on your popcorn at the movies isn't butter.
No,
So let's rest assured you're not that's not butter, that thing, that little pump. That's
no,
not butter. They couldn't
no.
put enough butter in there for a whole movie theater. So I don't know what it is, but it's not butter.
It's
So
probably
we got that covered.
some super saturated oil. Let's see.
Yeah, but as long as it's not butter. But Patricia, I want to ask you, you're an actress. You've been a working actress for years. You've been to
Mm-hmm.
premieres, right?
Oh
So,
yeah.
you always see people on the red carpet and they're in their fancy dresses and they looking all good and taking pictures. I'm
Mm.
always curious because I'm a serious popcorn movie snacker. Do
Mm-hmm.
they come on the red carpet with their fancy dresses and gowns? And do they eat popcorn while they're watching the movie? Is that forbidden?
Um, no, actually, it's any of screenings or premieres I've been to, they always give you free popcorn. They have it all lined up at the counter when you walk in, and they um they want you to enjoy the popcorn because, like I said, it's tied in with a movie experience, and they really want you to submerge yourself in the experience, especially if they're really looking for an audience that they want to um, sway into liking a film. You know what I mean? So they want to make it a
Okay.
whole entire experience so that you feel when you leave, you're like, I really enjoyed that movie. You know what I mean?
Ah,
So
I
it
didn't
is
know that.
part of the whole experience. They do to give out free popcorn when you're going to see a screening or a film premiere.
So you're saying basically if there's a movie premiere and you don't have any popcorn there, that could sway somebody's opinion about the movie. Oh, that movie sucked. Oh my goodness, I didn't have any popcorn and I'm just in a foul mood. Could you saying that could sway a movie?
It could. It popcorn enhances the movie experience because it gives you an activity to do with your mouth and your hands that it's enjoyable. And already you're enjoying the experience. So you're going to be more open to the message of the film.
Okay. And okay, give us the diss, Patricia Ray. What celebrity have you been to a premiere with that you observed them eating a little too much popcorn or junior mints? Did you ever
I
see a celebrity say, "Oh, he's got eating a lot of popcorn there"?
No, I don't I have not had that experience. Maybe me. Maybe a celebrity sitting next to me would be like, "Boy, Patricia's really going at that popcorn." I'm
So you
the
didn't
one.
see
I'm
you
the
didn't go at the
loud
popcorn?
chewer in the audience.
Okay. I had one friend that said he saw Spike Lee at a movie premiere just eating popcorn, a lot of popcorn for a little guy. So yeah. How about Kiefer and Sutherland? How you
Oh,
did say his
I
name?
did never
Kiefer?
went to a movie premiere with him, but I did work with him on a TV show called Touch, also starring Maria Bello.
Uh-huh.
And he's a nice guy, he's like approachable and amenable as stars go because when you're a guest star on a TV show, you're basically you're like toilet paper. You come in, you come out. You're
Patricia.
it's true. It's like they don't even bother to remember your name because there's a new one of you every week.
Oh man.
So, but some actors are more open and more inviting. Like when I worked with Tom Selleck, he was very kind. I was sitting right next to him when we were doing our makeup when I did Blue Bloods, and he actually turned to me in the makeup chair and he said, "Hi, I'm Tom." I'm like, "Oh, I know who you are."
You should have said who?
I was like, "Hi, Tom. I'm Patricia Ray."
Do you work a lot, Tom? Have you
Uh,
but okay, well, speaking of Kiefer Sutherland, you say he's very approachable, and apparently he approached somebody.
or maybe somebody approached him and he was not having it.
Yeah, the Los Angeles Police Department, the LAPD, responded to a call of assault involving a rideshare driver near Sunset Boulevard. Of course, Sunset and Fairfax. What a better place for an actor to
Always
act
take
up.
Fairfax.
Yeah,
No.
always take
Oh,
Fairfax.
no, it's not Fairfax. It's uh oh shoot, never have. Go ahead. Go
Okay,
ahead.
well, police arrested Sutherland, and this is not his first time being arrested, I don't believe.
For assault?
For assault, probably. But you know, he's been he's a drinker. He's an oiler, as they say. He's a bit of an oiler. He likes his alcohol, and he was arrested on suspicion of making criminal threats, which can be charged as a felony or misdemeanor, depends on who it is. His driver did not wasn't need to be taken to the hospital, so he basically jumped on his driver. For some reason, he got mad. It didn't say he was drunk. It just says, according to the records, that he just got into a ride share because
He
that probably
assaulted
means
the
he was
driver.
drinking. Okay, so it's
Yes.
probably mean he was drinking, the fact that he had a driver, right?
Well, it was
Can we assume that?
12:15 a.m.
Mhm.
on Monday, so he was already boozing on Monday.
Okay, on a Monday. Good Lord. Or maybe he's coming down off his weekend binge.
Maybe. And he assaulted the driver and made threats. So
It didn't say
Who
what
knows?
kind of threats. It
does
doesn't
not.
say how he assaulted him.
But he was arrested.
He was arrested.
And he was charged $50,000 bail, which is a really high bail.
Now, from what I know about, because I used to work on the TV show Cops back in the day, and I do know a little bit about law enforcement techniques. For this to happen, for them to arrest him, so not obviously the driver called 911. Obviously, when they showed up, there was some visual evidence that he had been assaulted, because that's what the cops look for. If someone's been scratched,
To
you've been
support
punched.
something that supports their claim.
Yeah, you just can't say somebody assaulted me and they show up and everybody's okay. And if it's a fight, they could take both people in. Now, if you're ever in that situation, when the police show up, accuse the person of assaulting you first, because then they have to take you both in. If you say he hit me first and it's a he said, or she said thing, they'll take you both in. So the fact that they took him in, that means he probably maybe had too much to drink and he couldn't communicate properly. So the officers saw that he was inebriated, and the driver hadn't been drinking because he's a driver, and he was able to verbally communicate, this is what happened. And maybe Southern was like, oh, he's getting right. This bastard. And that's why you get taken in.
Is that your impersonation of a drunk Keith
Of a drunk
Sutherland?
Kiefer Sutherland. Hey, you know who I am. So if that's the case, allegedly, that's why they would probably have cause to take you in, and maybe you got a busted lip or something.
But now, normally a $50,000 bail is generally considered a high, often indicating serious charges like a felony DUI or felonies requiring a significant premium, because it's around $5,000 or a typical 10% fee or large collateral relating to the severity of the crime. So a serious offense of $50,000 bail is not, it suggests a felony charge already, not a misdemeanor. So if they do charge him, he will get charged with a felony, because based on the amount of the bail. So it's actually a lot more serious than we're making it out to be, because I mean, in order for you to be charged with a felony, you have to threaten bodily
harm. He could have
harm.
also assaulted the guy while he was in the middle of driving. And maybe we don't know the story. He could have been the driver could have been driving. He could have, if he hit him in the back of the head while he was driving and he hit something or someone else.
That could be a threat to other people as well.
Exactly. He could be a nuisance. We don't have any. I'm speculating now. If he drew blood on the person, if there was some serious bodily injuries, evidence of that could be the severity. But we don't we don't know a lot about it right now, but you're right, Patricia Ray. When you are, it's an assault and a felony, and they've taken you in and giving you bail. It's some serious business there. So his lawyer's at work, I'm sure, and we don't know all the details, but this is no way to act, and this is no way to behave.
It
In
is no way to behave, especially when you have a certain responsibility as a famous person. You know, people look at you, they admire you. You have to have some sense of decorum in public, you know. But he is scheduled to return to court on February 2nd.
yes,
And the incident remains under investigation. So they are still investigating it. It's not a cut and dry thing. So maybe it is a
no, his
he said, she
yeah.
said thing.
His lawyers are at work trying to cut a deal, trying to break it down to a misdemeanor. It depends on, they have to talk to
Mm.
the driver, see what he does. Maybe someone says, hey, take this and get out my face. So the wheels are turning right now. They're trying to figure this out outside of the courtroom before this goes too far. I think about maybe $100,000 to the driver, and they drop the charges.
Wow, really?
I'm not suggesting that. I'm just saying, if the driver doesn't press charges, then it could be a situation. So this is the first of our show about actors behaving badly. We got more to come. You've got the
More
world
actors
famous Strictly
and
Business
more
show
bad
with me.
behavior.
More bad behavior on the Strictly Business show with me, Dr. J, and Patricia Ray on New HD Radio.
New HD Radio.
You gotta say Patricia Ray.
Oh, yeah,
Fast.
you're right. Patricia Ray.
Dr. J and Patricia Ray, yeah.
Patricia Ray. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, okay. Then we'll go into Timothy Busfield, and
That
and
was
then we'll gloss over that a little bit. Not gloss over, but then
I
we'll
got
go
a lot of
into
information about
the
that one,
Starbucks thing.
actually. I got some information about
Tiffany,
that.
Timothy?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I'm rolling. Let's hear it. Let's hear it. Yous have got the world famous Strictly Business shoe with me, Dr. J, and
Patricia Ray.
you say with me, Patricia Ray. We have to
With
work. We have
me,
to rehearse
Patricia
before we do the
Ray.
show, Patricia Ray.
What was that, honey?
With me, Patricia
With
Ray.
me, Patricia Ray.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Bringing you all the business news and pop culture stuff you can handle. And we were talking about actors behaving badly with Kiefer Sutherland, the
Mhm.
actor, the son of the great late Donald Sutherland,
Donald Sutherland.
who did amazing voice work. I mean, as an old radio guy, I mean, his voice was amazing. He did voice work for some car commercial back in the day,
Mm.
and he just had the voice. He had the voice. And I
Donald
said, "Oh, I knew."
Sutherland.
As soon as I heard the commercial, that's Donald Sutherland. He got the voice. He has the voice. So he got in trouble because maybe they didn't say he had alcohol. They didn't say alcohol. Now, let's be straight. We don't want to get sued. The report so far doesn't say anything about him being drunk.
Mm-hmm.
It just says he got into an altercation, intoxicated. And I think when he's not driving, I think they don't really have to. That's not the issue. If he was driving and he got into an accident and pulled over, then they say, oh, yeah, he was intoxicated when we pulled him over. But the fact that he's not
He wasn't the
drunk
driver, and they don't have to disclose.
Yeah, he wasn't a driver.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it wasn't public drunkenness or anything. He wasn't running around the streets. He was in a car with the driver, and he assaulted him. So we'll see what more comes out of that. Now, there's another actor who we know as Poindexter, right? From Revenge of the Nerds.
Yes, he was
Timothy
in Revenge
Busfield.
and 30-something. He won an Emmy for 30-something in 1991. Director, Emmy award-winning actor Timothy Busfield turned himself into
Yeah.
authorities on Tuesday to face child sex abuse charges in Mexico. They say he drove over 2,000 miles to turn himself in, which and then immediately he said that
Wow.
it was lies, nothing but lies. But he is being accused of molesting. He's got 4 molestation charges against him. One in 1994 that
Wow.
was settled out of court.
Yes.
And then now in 2006, 3 charges against him. Two a set of twins on the show The Cleaning Lady, where he is a director. One of the boys said that he was touched inappropriately like 7 to 8 times
Mm-hmm.
over his clothes. And he was afraid to say anything because he didn't want to get fired from the show. Now, his brother makes the
Mm-hmm.
same claim that he was touched like 5 or 6 times, again, over his clothes. And he didn't want to make trouble. But the mother does say, she brought the claim to the police, and they are investigating it, and they did issue a warrant for him. He was dropped by his agents at Innovative Artist. He's the husband of ex-SAG president Melissa Gilbert.
Okay.
And it's a shame because the man is like such a wonderful actor. He was on West Wing as well. um these
Entourage, playing a
Entourage.
director.
Yeah. And these
Mm-hmm.
claims go back from November 2022 through the spring of 2024. So this went on for 2 years on set. So I don't see two boys making up a story like that. I mean,
Now,
how
how old are the boys again, Patricia Ray?
they were like 7 at the time.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So he's
I
being
asked
booked.
because this wasn't a situation. These are 17-year-old boys, and back in my day, we call it playing grab ass. You
Oh.
play grab ass, right? Back when you're in high school, they call it grab ass. Guys grab at each other, snap each other with towels, and do all kind of inappropriate things on the football team. So this isn't that. This is
No,
like
no, these are
7-year-olds. You don't play grab
7-year-old
ass with
boys
7 years old.
who said that
Yeah.
he touched them in their private parts over their clothes. Busfield is being booked by Albuquerque police
Oh,
on the
man.
charges. Gilberto Gallegos, spokesperson for the city police department, said that the criminal complaint was filed by an investigator with Albuquerque Police Department. Say the boy reported he was 7 years old when Busfield touched him 3 or 4 times on his private areas over his clothes, allegedly touching him on other occasions when he was 8. The child was reportedly afraid to say anything because he didn't want to anger his director. I mean, can you imagine? Not only is it abuse of power, but an abuse of authority, because he's directing the boy. He's employing him basically, right? On a TV
Yes.
show. And you're not going to say anything against the person who these boys, I don't know how they're doing economically, how the parents are doing, but these boys are probably helping support their family. You don't
Yes.
have 8-year-old twins working on a TV show, which is a grueling experience for a child.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't need it, if it's not helping your family. Well, Busfield denies the allegations vehemently. And last fall, when he was interviewed by authorities as part of the investigation, he complained that, that these were all outrageous lies, that he didn't have anything to do with it. He suggested that the boys' mother was seeking revenge because the boys were then later replaced on the series with other actors. And he also said
Mm-hmm.
it was likely that maybe he used to like horseplay with them and pick them up and tickle them, that maybe that was
Yeah.
interpreted in an inappropriate way, because he said the
Misinterpreted.
set was a very playful environment. Well, anyways, Busfield's attorney did not immediately return any messages. TMZ was apparently like trying to get in touch with the lawyer, but they haven't returned any of their phone calls. But this is just a horrible situation. I mean, and Going back to 1994 when he had a out of court settlement, I mean, so this isn't an
Yes.
isolated case, right? So you have to look at the person's behavior. It's a repeated behavior, a repeated accusation. That 1994 accusation has nothing to do with this accusation, and it's the same claim that he molested a child. So you have to look at that
Prior bad acts.
repeated.
Yeah.
Yes, it's repeated behavior.
And the judge is up to the judge if they go to trial over this, if they can let his attorney will argue you can't, this is you can't repeated bad behavior can't be brought up because it can prejudice the jury, and it's a judge's call, and it's a whole thing with that. Well, listen, my latest news on this is that he actually was rejected from bond. They didn't let him out.
They didn't give him bail?
They didn't give him bond. That was the last thing I saw, that they didn't give him bond, which means that's really serious. They don't give you bond. Okay. So I think he's still in jail. I mean, that's the last I heard, that he was refused bond, which means they're holding him so they must have some goods on him. You say his agent dropped him just now over this. So
Yes.
you and I probably can interpret that as in, you finally got caught, because there's all kind of things behind the scenes of that.
Well,
No?
and they don't want to be associated with someone who is an alleged, sex offender. Because it goes back, it's like a deeper investigation. The parents did take the children to a New Mexico hospital in Albuquerque, and the boy's parents went there on the advice of a law firm, because one of the boys is having terrible anxiety disorder and post-traumatic stress disorder because of this whole incident. So they did seek medical attention.
Well, we were talking about Kiefer Sutherland and his physical assault on his driver previously. And with physical assault, there are some laws in some states that say if they don't find you within 4 hours, there's nothing they can do about it. Physical assault is different than sexual assault. If someone makes a claim of sexual assault, they will look for you, especially on a minor, and they will try to find you. A physical assault, like you claim someone beat you up or something like that, that's a little more difficult. Someone beat me up, and it's a little more different. But when it's an accusation of a sexual assault, rape, especially on a minor, they have to investigate this, plain and simple. Okay, there's no misunderstanding. We got to pull you in, and it's too bad, because anybody can launch this against anybody. All you got to do is say the word, and they're going to investigate it. So I hope, gosh, I hope it is a part of me that doesn't want this to be true. Because I mean, I can't believe you're that stupid that one, you molest a child, and no one molests a child on Dr. J's watch. Believe that. You're gonna get your asses to you if I had anything to do with it. But at the same time, it's hard to believe that somebody who's been in the industry this long, a professional, actually is that stupid that you would do this and think you could get away with it. Because then we have to worry about mental health issues. Are you insane? Are you crazy, for one, molesting a child? But two, to think you could obviously get away with it and no one's going to say anything, because we've seen this over and over again with the Nickelodeon network. So, I mean, I want him to have his day in court, but I'm really disturbed that this has been happening, because if there's one or two accusations, there's got to be 3 or 4.
Yes. And a person who violates the trust of a child in a sexually aggressive way has to be mentally disturbed, because anybody who is of sane mind and sane body does not violate a child like that. So
no, not at all. Not at all. They don't violate anybody, adult or anything. And even if it's not even full blown, like you did what you did, just the gradual touching to say, I got to do something to get myself off. I got to come close, just get a grab or something like that. It's even more disturbing to me, because it's like, you have some issues here, and you're a married man. Does he have kids? He has kids, right?
You know what? I don't know. It
I
didn't mention, but that
Okay.
is just a sign of an escalation. So maybe he would either get more and more aggressive, or
Mhm.
he's already been more and more aggressive, but this is the first time that someone has said something about it.
And you don't have to understand when
Or
mental
not the
illness as you
first
get
time,
older.
actually, the third time. What was that?
Yeah, when you get older, just because you've never molested a child most of your life, and he's almost 60, right? He's about 60 or so.
Oh, he has 3
Doesn't
children.
see it doesn't mean you can't turn into that. Doesn't mean that. I mean, the longer you live, people start to mentally break down and start doing crazy things. I mean, you can be 60 and never have molested a child, and then all of a sudden in your weird mind you get these weird urges, and all of a sudden you become that. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like,
Really?
oh, he didn't. Yeah, it can escalate, like you said, or maybe you have these
Maybe he thinks
deep
about
down
it, and
inside of
then it
them and
becomes
whatever.
a physical thing, like
Yeah,
starts to
yeah.
manifest into a physical need.
Well, it looks like they got the goods on him. There's some evidence there where there's smoke, there's fire. He was denied bond. He's got 3 kids. And listen, even if this gets settled out of court in some weird way and the charges get dropped, whatever the case is, it's out there. His wife and his kids have to go through this, that your dad was accused of this. And this is horrible for them.
More
This
than
is
one
horrible for them.
time, going over 20
Yeah.
years.
And he's been married to her for a long time, and then you start looking at her and saying, you had to know something. You had to see something.
Why didn't she leave him the first time in 1994? I mean, he has been married several times. She's not his
Yeah.
first wife. He was married to Rada Della Marder in 1982 to 1986. And then Jennifer Merwin in 1988 to 2007. And then Melissa Gilbert from 2013 to present time.
Yeah. And he kind of, yeah. That's too
So
bad. He actually, yeah.
In 1994,
He looks like your friend.
He was married to Rada. No, sorry. He was married to Jennifer Merwin. So Melissa Gilbert wasn't married to him yet, but she married him, knowing that
You have a friend. You have a friend that looks like him. The actor friend we met at your wedding reception.
Scott Krinsky.
Yeah, he looks just like him. In a way, the same kind of hair, complexion.
No,
yeah, but
Scott's much
nothing
more
like
handsome.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I mean, Timothy Busfield would be Scott's stunt double or something like that. Scott's a good-looking dude and a very sweetheart of a guy, and I loved hanging out with him in Vegas at your wedding reception. Okay, you've got the world famous Strictly Business Show with me, Dr. J, the sexiest business show in the world,
Ray.
and Patricia Ray on New HD Radio. Yeah, I know Scott kind of looks like, has the kind of hair like him.
And they're both kind of like redheads.
Yeah.
Like a blondish.
Timothy Busfield.
Strawberry blonde, it's called.
Yeah, such a
But no, Scott, you would never do anything like that. He's been my friend for a very long time since we worked together on Chuck.
Maybe if they make the TV movie out of this, Scott can get the gig.
Oh, there we go.
There you go. Maybe we should pitch that. He looks like he can play the gig. And he's a fine actor too, so he can probably pull it off.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That was a good segment. We did our due diligence with that.
Oh, yes. We got lots of information on Timothy.
Okay, so the last segment, let's talk about the let's end with the Starbucks thing, and we'll talk quickly about the whole incident out there.
Ice escalation.
Ice escalation. But let's wrap up with the whole pig thing, because I think that's just that is just blown way out of proportion here. It's like, Jesus, can y'all just take a joke? Can't be the first time you even called a pig. I mean, Jesus.
Oh.
But I love the
Down in
LAPD.
down in Norwalk,
Yeah.
they take their job seriously. My sister's a deputy sheriff, and she's, she's a shining example of what law enforcement should be and should look like, and the morals and the, you know, just the enforcement of the laws with compassion and the right attitude.
I would love to have her on the show, but I know what she's gonna do. I put her in a situation because she's gonna, she's got to act accordingly. They don't do media stuff unless they, because gotta look after your job. All right.
Well, I just came short of organizing every hair on my head. He's the amazing Dr. Gray. J. Lamar Gray is number one. This is Rick Dees, member FDIC.
This is the world famous Strictly Business Show with me, Dr. J, and with
Patricia
her,
Ray.
Patricia
Her.
Ray.
Her. And
Her,
with her.
she.
They,
I'm
them.
with her. And Patricia Ray is the star. I'm so glad to have you on this show because you are a working Hollywood actress.
Mm.
You are a bigger star than I am. You go into Trader Joe's and people drop their chips and salsa. That's Patricia Ray from All Rise and from Chuck and all those places. I walk in and it's like, oh, you look familiar, Dr. J. You kind of look familiar. I have that face where everybody thinks they know who I am.
I have that voice. Everyone recognizes it.
Yeah, you kind of have that friend voice. They recognize you a little bit. And but I'm that guy that people swear they knew in high school. Like, I know you.
I know you.
Familiar.
Why do I know you?
Like, nah, it's not me. It's not. I just have that face. And I just have that face. So, Patricia Ray, it's a pleasure to be with you again here this week for another episode of the Strictly Business Show, the sexiest business pop culture show in the world. It's a lot more sexier with you. So maybe I
Thank
can
you.
sell your sex appeal more than mine. 'Cause my sex appeal wasn't working. So
I think we should rename the show from Strictly Business to Mostly Business and Pop Culture.
mostly business and pop culture. You know how many flyers I have with my name on it?
Oh, well, what are you going to
My website is Strictly Dr. J, so I can't change it to Mostly Dr. J.
do?
Jeez, Patricia. Golly.
So change it to Strictly Dr. J and Pop Culture.
Strictly Dr. J's Pop Culture. Hey, I
Yeah.
like that.
I like that. Strictly Dr. J's Pop Culture.
Pop Culture Show with Patricia Ray. I like
Yes.
that. Strictly, let's say it
Dr.
again.
Strictly Dr. J's Pop Culture Show.
With Patricia Ray. I like that. Text that to me.
All
It's
right.
rebranded. Consider it done. Seriously. Okay, before we lose time, let's get to some business here. In Montebello, California, we know ICE is running around and we're not talking politics here, but there was some
But this
video
is
capture.
not about politics. This is
Would-
about humanity and
Go ahead. You go be my guest. Take the honors of this.
it's about being a common decency and training and knowing how to effectively do your job. I mean,
Mhm.
you could do your job really well, or you could do your job very poorly. And when you're giving officers guns with very little physical training and mental training is the most important thing about executing the kind of the warrants and behavior that they're told to do. You're going to get ridiculous situations and people are going to get hurt and people are going to get killed, like this instance when you sent the thing. And go ahead, tell us what they did. This is how far they've gone. They've climbed.
I don't want to talk politics, but I heard some certain presidents say we're going after gang members and people committing crimes. but I saw footage of some hardworking guys on construction. And Patricia Ray, I told you this was going to happen when they had the Malibu fires. I said, this is going to be a problem because that stuff has to be rebuilt. Those homes got to be rebuilt. And
By somebody.
Elvis, the Republican, is not going to be building houses. Elvis, I'm sorry, no disrespect to the great Elvis, but so it was a videotape of some construction workers on top of a roof, and they were working. And I used to work construction. My dad had a demolition company in construction. We did stuff like that, which is a dangerous job. And ICE rolls up unmarked, masked, and they go up the ladder after these guys. And these guys, they did some running. They'd leap from one roof to another, which I don't know if you ever done that. I have. That's incredibly
scary.
dangerous and stupid. I mean, I don't know why I did it, but I did it when I thought I was, bulletproof. And but don't do that. Don't leap from a house to a house. You could slip and you could crack your skull. And they did this. You could die. And they did this because ICE was after them. The good news is none of them were apprehended because a lot of these ICE agents, have you seen them? They're not in the greatest shape.
Because of the lack, again, goes back to the lack of training. I've heard that they're not even getting 48 days worth of training.
We don't even know who these guys are. They got masks on, and because their lives are being threatened. Wait a minute, LAPD's life, when you're in law enforcement and Sheriff LAPD, your sister can tell you this, you have to walk around and think there's a bullseye on your back.
Yeah.
That's how you carry yourself in law enforcement, masked or not. You have to,
you are going to put yourself, you're putting your life on the line to save the public, to serve the public, and they are not serving the public. They say they're after criminals. They're saying they're after drug dealers. Where's the proof?
These are hardworking guys. These were guys working, and the beautiful thing about the story that the owner of the company, he gathered his guys together and construction company, and he was glad none of them were apprehended, and he prayed for them. He prayed for their safety, and he was glad no one got hurt. And this was a very these guys are working. Listen, I mean, now some people said in the comments, well, if they're legal, why are they running? They got due process. No, they don't. I don't know what your definition of due process is, but we're seeing American citizens who are getting pulled in and retained for like 30 days who were born in this country. So that's not due process, yanking me from somewhere, throwing me in a truck, taking me to another facility in another state. That's not due process. Okay, that's just literally grabbing me. So even if you are legal and they had their papers and we don't know if they did or not, I don't want to get dragged in. I got a family to support. I'm working here. I don't have time. You got a job. You ain't got time to be apprehended for 30 days and released after you lost your job and are bad. There's no time for that.
You'll be lucky if you don't get hurt. A lot of these people are suffering injuries. A woman lost her eye. A pregnant woman miscarried when she was thrown to the ground and stepped on. I mean, the violence is escalating again because of the lack of training. They don't have the proper mental training to work under these very, very high intensity, stressful situations. But just in case you are a U.S. citizen like me. I'm a U.S. citizen. I'm American from, Latina. My parents are from Colombia. If you do get pulled over by ICE, you have to remain calm.
Remain calm, always.
Remain calm, and you could do these things. Number one, state that you are a U.S. citizen and you choose to remain silent. If you have your ID, show them your ID, your passport, your California driver's license, whatever you have on you. If you don't have your ID and the situation is escalating and you think they're going to take you away, ask to speak to a supervising officer immediately. And you have the right to a phone call, so you can demand to call somebody. You can call a lawyer, you can call a friend, you can call a family member. And then lastly, if everything is still escalating, you can say, detaining a U.S. citizen violates federal law. I want legal counsel immediately.
Well, well, but it doesn't seem like they're doing that, Patricia Ray. I mean, they're jumping out the truck and grabbing. They don't seem like they're having a lot of conversation.
No, but I
Unfortunately.
did. But you can de-escalate. People are escalating the situations, and you can de-escalate the situation. Like there's this one saw this one woman, she was walking, and they kept saying, we're going to take you, where's your ID, she's like, I'm just trying to get to my doctor's appointment, I don't have my ID with me. Number one, right now we need to be going everywhere with our ID, right?
Yeah, well,
So
yeah,
we
absolutely.
have to arm ourselves. We have to be prepared in a situation that is escalating every day. And where, like I said, these ICE agents have very little training and they don't do well under duress. We have to be the ones that have to remain calm and speak to them in a calm manner and offer them a calm solution. Because I do not want to be put in one of these paddy wagons and be
It-
dragged away to God knows where.
And you're absolutely right. And here's the irony of this, Patricia Ray, and I'm not making light of the situation at all. But for those of you out there who are U.S. citizens, you're caught up in this. We saw this Caucasian woman shot by one of the ICE officers. Black people have been trying to warn you. We told
You've been
you.
telling us.
We've been telling y'all that law enforcement
Well,
ain't
I
right.
ain't white, so you ain't
I
telling
understand,
me.
but we've been shooting. They will shoot you on sight. They pull their guns. They don't
Shoot
give you due
first, ask
process.
questions later.
They do this. As a black man, I was learned and I was 18 to, comply, get on the ground, even if they don't ask you to get on the ground. Keep your hands up, even if you're getting pulled over. They say, let me see your license, keep your hand on the steering wheel, say, officer, I gotta warn the officer. Hey, officer,
I
gotta reach for this. Okay, I'm not reaching for anything. I had I'm gonna tell a quick story about this. I had a cousin who was a drug dealer. And I was rolling in a car with him. Yeah, exactly. And I was rolling in the car with him, and he got pulled over by the cops. And he said, whatever you do, cousin. I was young. I was like 17 at the time. He was like, be cool. Officer came to the door. He was smiling at the officer. Hey, officer, how you doing, officer? How you doing today, officer? And officer, let me see your driver's license registration. Okay, officer. Yeah, here's my license, my registrations, all this good stuff. And yeah, you have a good day, officer. Yeah, I hope everything is good. We're on our way to Bible study. We were not on our way to Bible study. And
Really?
I was just rolling with an older cousin. Then, the officer gave him a ticket. He had a tail light that was out. He said, yes, sir. But back then they gave you fix-it tickets. They don't give you fix-it tickets anymore because they don't want you to pull over. But he drove away, and I said, man, you were really nice to that officer, man. You didn't sweat at all. You know what my cousin says? He said, shh, I got $5,000 of product in the trunk of my car and an unregistered gun. You think I'm going to blow $5,000 for a $200 ticket? You out of your damn mind. So that was an example of a guy that I'm not encouraging that. I'm just saying there's a guy that didn't want to get in trouble. He knew where he was. He complied, didn't catch an attitude because he didn't want to lose the product and be thrown in jail. And I would have gotten in jail too. And my dad would have beat the crap out of him for getting me caught up in that. But
absolutely.
The question is, what do you have to lose? Like you said, you can lose a day's pay. You don't want to go to jail on principle.
You can
Trust
lose
me.
an eye. You can lose a baby. You can lose your life. That's
You can
what
go
you
to
have
jail.
lose.
Yeah, you can go to jail.
You can be lost in the system for God knows how long. That's not the time to rebel, and that's not the time to resist.
No.
If you want to take action, join an organized group, join an organized march, call your representatives, call your senator. ICE, DHS is going up for funding again on January 16th, I believe, where the budget, they're gonna look at the budget and allocate funds to DHS, and ICE is part of DHS. So call your representatives right now and tell them in your state that not to keep funding ICE, to not send the money to these organizations. The number to call is 202-224-3121, and look up your represent your senator. Ours is Alex Padilla. I already called him this week and I told him I do not condone sending more money to ICE and to stop the insanity that people are losing their lives. Innocent people are losing their lives, and this is not the way to deal with the immigration issue in this country.
Yeah, and let me speak for the black people out there.
And I'm speaking for the brown people.
We do understand the overreach and law enforcement being out of control and going beyond their power. We can relate to that, but we haven't never had to deal with someone getting arrested, getting beat on, but we never had to deal with the possibility of you could send me out of the country.
Right. And put you in a detention camp until they send you to a country that might not even be your country of origin.
Yeah. If I get arrested, they're just going to throw me in jail and I'm going to, lose a couple of nights sleep. I'll be all right financially, but I still don't want to do it because I got 2 sons. I got to get places. So I don't want to have that, but I don't have to worry about them. Like you said, Patricia, right? Like our Hispanic brothers and sisters, I ain't got to worry about them locking me down in a facility where my family can't find me and shipping me off back to Africa. That's off the table. They're not going to do that.
They're not coming to your job.
They're not coming to my
job. Like this one poor boy who was working at a Target, and they took him. Like he kept screaming, "I'm a U.S. citizen. I'm a U.S. citizen." They put him in the truck, the paddy wagon. They drove him away. When they realized that he was a U.S. citizen, they threw him out in the street onto the sidewalk.
That's uncalled for. Just take him back to his gig and all that
stuff. They threw him out in the street onto the sidewalk in the middle of nowhere. He didn't know where he was. He was crying, a 17-year-old boy.
Yeah. He was traumatized.
The lack of humanity that we need to rebel against in organized fashion. Yeah. Because
and people out there, Hispanic people who voted for Donald Trump, and not
that
talking
won't
politics
be me.
here,
Wasn't me.
I give you a pass because nobody could possibly see it would have got this bad. Okay, we knew it was going to be bad, but not this bad. This is bad beyond. I can say in my lifetime, I've never seen this since footage other than footage of the civil rights movement. When you see Dr. King and black people getting hit with water hoses, that's the closest I've ever seen it. But to see this in real time happening, this is going to go down in history as a very traumatic effect in America that this actually happened. We're going to be talking about this 50 years from now in high schools when this happened. And just like the civil rights movement, and I never thought we'd see this again. And especially with our Hispanic brothers and sisters, I never thought I'd see this again. And this is horrible. So,
horrible.
And it's not going to get better. It's not going to get better anytime soon. So be careful. Listen to what Patricia Ray said about the comply, especially if you are a U.S. citizen, comply. And I wish you all the best, man. I wish you all the best.
Go out there, be safe, carry your ID, even if you're just going to the grocery store. Because literally we're living like in a third world communist country.
Yeah. Be safe out there. Don't get hurt over this, and be careful. And don't bring a knife to a gunfight because you're going to lose. Okay. Plain and simple. So comply. All right. Thank you, Patricia Ray. We're out of time.
We are out of time.
Again, we got to do a 2-hour show. You've got the world famous Strictly Business Show with, the world famous Strictly Dr. J's Pop Culture Show with
Patricia Ray
on New HD Radio. I totally love that. Patricia Ray.